The capturing of the American mind. If you get the youth to believe in something, you can change a whole society, slowly but surely. This was the plan 40 years ago, if not more. Listen in to Joe Rogan and company. Fascinating.
We got lucky because if this thing that's going on right now, well, actually, I think this thing that's going on right now couldn't be going on right now without the influence of the internet.
Right.
The internet has like created this mind virus that's sweeping through college campuses and also the universities and the Marxist philosophies that they've been pushing in universities because of they've all been infiltrated by Russia, by the former Soviet Union, and now by China and Russia together. For sure, they're influencing. They push the wokest teachers, the wokest professors, the nuttiest policies, and they're literally doing it to deteriorate the fabric of American democracy. They have like plans for it. They've thought about, like, Yuri Bezmenov talked about this in 1984.
I've seen that clip. It's crazy.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
When you watch it today, like, they were right.
It's very prophetic.
He did it.
Yeah.
They did it.
Ideological subversion, that is a phrase that I'm afraid some Americans don't fully understand. When the Soviets used the phrase ideological subversion, what do they mean by it?
Ideological subversion is the slow process which we call either ideological subversion or active measures, активные мероприятия in the language of the KGB, or psychological warfare. What it basically means is to change the perception of reality of every American to such an extent that despite of the abundance of information, no one is able to come to sensible conclusions in the interests of defending themselves, their families, their community, and their country. It's a great brainwashing process which goes very slow, and it's divided in four basic stages. The first one being demoralization. It takes from 15 to 20 years to demoralize a nation. Why that many years? Because this is the minimum number of years which requires to educate one generation of students in the country of your enemy, exposed to the ideology of the enemy. In other words, Marxism-Leninism ideology is being pumped into the soft heads of at least 3 generations of American students without being challenged or counterbalanced by the basic values of Americanism.
Wow. So you start with a demoralization of the youth because they have soft heads and there's no challenge. And of course, the Jewish approach to that is that our children, they study Talmud, and there's such great debate that nothing is without challenge. Everything, all values have to be challenged. All teachings will be challenged till you understand and make sense of it. Now, of course, we're committed because we're committed to the truth. But if there's a teachings, we need to understand it. And from a Jewish perspective, there's always the challenge, as we say, two Jews, 3 opinions. Furthermore, because there's a basis of an identity and a tradition that is followed in the Jewish path, those who are strong in their identity, strong with their commitment to Jewish teachings and values and the way of life, it's hard to change those people. In the Soviet Union, the most difficult people they had were those who were the followers of Schneerson. And they went after him. As a matter of fact, he was arrested. Death sentence originally, the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe. He had to finally leave Russia. But those followers of his remained steadfast because they had a strong sense of identity, strong sense of commitment, a strong awareness of the truth of Torah and the eternal bond that we have to Torah and mitzvahs, that nothing could sway them. Because you have something. But if you go to college with a soft head, with never challenged anything, never had to debate anything in Talmudic teachings, or you don't really believe strongly in anything, of course you're going to get swayed. So the answer to all of this is strong sense of identity, and not personal identity, but a real identity, like for a Jew being a Jew, and Torah mitzvahs for the Jew being an expression of their identity. And with that reality, you're not going to be able to change perception of reality. It'd be very difficult. So this is what's important, not to come out with more Nobel Prize winners who are great in the sciences, but those people that are noble of character, and that character refinement is the purpose of creation, of education. And if that's the purpose of education, then you can't sway people so easily.